Welcome to a very spooky and terrifying episode of Try-All&Error. Try-All&Error, actually. But we are doing a special episode today. And I'm joined by Lee and Mike, as always.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
And of course, the show has always been based around these guys trying for the first time common food they've never had. And when you think about Halloween, it's all about candy, candy, candy. And we found out, Lee, you haven't tried some very common Halloween candy.
What can I say? Which is weird. I like candy a lot.
And you did trick or treat as a child.
I sure did.
And these foods, I think Mike, you and I have discussed, these not food, but the candy in question is ubiquitous. It was given out at every second house was giving these ones out.
Exactly. But it actually, like, to Lee's defense, I've had some of these, but later in life, not necessarily during Halloween, prime time.
That checks out.
So,
that checks out.
Like,
I would
we lived very close to one another growing up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be very much, if it was like a geographical thing or whatever, like, we were too close for it to be a thing,
And maybe, and it is a sort of, maybe it is a neighborhood issue,
Yeah.
And you'll notice actually our neighborhood today is a little bit of an issue. We're not in the usual shooting location. My place, we're actually, I'm having an exorcism done there, to be honest, because there's a demonic presence. I think you guys have felt it. And I had to get a priest in there to do sort of some rites to get that taken care of. So we are here now instead today, and should we get on to the candy?
Yeah, and let's
do
welcome Jack to the show.
Oh yeah, we also have Jack here, our guide. Unlike a usual episode of the show, this isn't on the list, and so you know what's coming. So
Yeah,
we're not
I
gonna
have a
do
pretty
big
good
reveal.
idea.
Yeah, we're not going to even do a culinary confessional. So we're just going to get straight to the candy.
Get to it. Hit me.
First one up, the candy corn.
Candy corn.
That is a quintessential treat.
It is a quintessential treat, but like, it's a loose candy. So like, I've never seen it packaged, so that's why I never really had it during Halloween. Like, you wouldn't, if you put loose candy corn in a bag or whatever, like, I don't think my parents would let me eat that.
Yeah,
maybe not.
I don't know if this ever even showed up. Yeah, exactly. You would just be
Unless they
potentially
come in-
eating little hits of LSD as far as your parents were concerned. So,
Back
But I
in the
figure
80s,
something
steer
that like,
clear.
even in like primary school, your teacher, somebody would there be snacks on Halloween because you'd wear your costume to school, and that would be a place where you'd have the loose candy in a bowl, like a party.
yeah, which is Smarties. This always seemed to me like this would be in a confectioner's display case from the 20s.
Yeah.
Like some guy with a handlebar mustache and a little jaunty hat
Or
giving you
the
a...
state fair.
Yeah, like a soda jerk. I got some candy, youngster.
Right.
I
Do you know? Well, what do you
Yeah,
think?
peanut
I mean,
butter.
they're called candy corn. They kind of look, I guess, like corn.
Right.
Nibs. What do you think it's going to be like?
I'm assuming there's actually no corn content in here. I think it'll be like a licorice or a... Yeah, I'm assuming like a licoricey taste.
Okay.
When I scooped these out of the, I went to Bulk Barn, a little product placement there for a fantastic local store. I went to Bulk Barn, and when I was scooping these into the bag, it smelled terrible.
Okay.
Just all of them.
Well,
these on their own they don't smell, but when it was all of them, like, I think you're gonna be surprised what these taste like.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
so.
smell is kind of vanilla, so let's partake.
I've already had 2 or 3.
Cut it off the bowl. Wow. It's almost like white chocolate.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
dissolves very quickly.
That was very
It's
quickly.
just gone. It's just pure sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one trying it for the first time, but I will say these are not something. These are not something like I would necessarily want to eat more than maybe 20 at a time. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because they're so small.
20 should be the cutoff.
But
These are very good.
It's
They're
really
so sugary, but
Yeah.
they're great.
I think it's basically white chocolate because, as I understand, white chocolate is not chocolate. It's just a sugar-based chocolate mold.
Yeah.
So yeah, candy corn. I'm sorry I missed ya, but better late than never.
And how many jack-o'-lanterns are you going to give that?
I'll just give it a 5.
Okay. 5 jacks. Speaking of Jack-o'-lantern, our good friend, he's brought along a few. Now these are, I feel, hopefully you can see that, will be kind of a similar vibe.
Okay.
These ones weren't as common, I think, growing up, but I see them all the time nowadays.
Especially at Bulk Barn.
Yeah, well, yeah, at Bulk Barn.
Great store. I don't know if I've ever seen these before, but I mean they're just little mini pumpkins.
Yeah, little pumpkin
You know.
guys.
Little treats.
Come the season, you're gonna see a lot of stuff like this.
Yeah, you'd think they'd put a little face on it, but
Yeah.
no.
Hey.
I'm going.
Here we go.
Okay.
A little pumpkins.
Almost identical to the candy corn.
Yeah,
That's pretty much a repurposed
The texture
candy
anyway.
corn. Yeah.
yeah. I find maybe it's because it is bigger, but I find it has.
A different
The
flavor.
flavor is not as good as the
Yeah.
candy corn.
You want to try them?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something.
But you can see, I mean, it's almost like 2 of these or 2.5 of these for every one.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took the recipe and cast it in
Formed
different
it,
molds.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that-
Different food coloring.
But
Not all
somehow
that
the
different.
candy corn's a little better. It's strange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the original.
It's the original.
What would you rate that?
Well, I give the candy corn a 5. This one I'll give a 4.
Okay.
It's almost as good.
Slightly inferior.
Slightly inferior. Don't try to retool a classic.
Speaking of original, and this is funny because it literally says original on this. Original Halloween Kiss.
Right. Yeah, they're candy.
This is
kisses.
we're ending with this because it's just the ultimate. Like, if you have grown up in, I want to say all of North America, where I think Halloween is the most popular. I do a bit in the UK and that kind of thing, but you've had these. But you haven't
had these.
You have had these.
To me, these were manufactured to throw away. Like they were just fodder for your candy, your pillowcase is what I used. I'm sure you guys did too. And you'd be picking through your Hershey's and your Mars bars and whatever, and then these would basically be the only things left.
Yeah.
And they go in the garbage. Maybe that's just me because I know what they look like. Look at this
This
thing.
looks like so unappealing. This looks like a.
I'm not a big fan of. I've never been a big fan of caramel. Though I like caramel, but it's not like top of my list for
Like
sweets.
taffy.
This is more like taffy, I think, which has never been. I don't know. It's kind of like.
It looks so gross.
And it is the same color as baby shit. So it's got that going for it.
But
But
this
no,
is-
I've never had this even close to my mouth.
Right.
The closest I've ever come is unwrapping it and going, ugh.
But I think like Mike's taking a chomp out of his, but I feel like
There's just no man.
I feel like you're supposed to kind of like slow burn this.
I can't wait for you guys.
Okay,
to try
well,
this.
let's.
I've had them. I mean, I know.
I think it's so gross.
Again, this is from an era when it was either like your options for candy was eat this lump of toffee or go suck an egg. Basically. This is awful.
I mean,
This tastes like actual garbage. It's so unappealing.
This is shit, and there's so much of it. My mouth is full.
I bit it.
Oh my god! Like, it doesn't taste like candy. It tastes like regular food.
I think it's an
What is
MRE or something. Like it's space
it tastes
food.
like corn syrup or something. Like it's not.
Molassesy kind of.
Yeah, it's an odd one. I mean, I remember having them as well. The thing with the thing about them is because, as you said, no kid would be rushing to eat these. They get harder and harder and harder. It's already really like firm, you know. And by like November 10th or something, these are dangerous. These are like, you know, stones. You could David and Goliath style. You know, you're taking down giants with these.
I'm currently trying to slather this in as much gob as I can
To break
I
it
can-
down and then swallow
So
it.
I think it goes without saying this is a 1 pumpkin or is he a 0 jack?
Can you give it a
jacks?
0 rating? I'll give it 0 jacks.
First ever zero
That's
jack.
it's a smashed pumpkin.
Yeah.
Just
Flat. Yeah.
okay.
Or a stomped out pitch of fiery dog poop in a paper bag. You know that prank?
Exactly.
That's a good trick.
That's a good prank.
This is a prank by the Kurz Company in the United States.
Well, there you have it, Fright fans. Lee's trick-or-treated once more, and he's tried those candies that I, myself, and many other little children had all those years ago. The candy corn, the original, one of the best treats, he gave that 5 jack-o'-lanterns. The similar, but slightly different jack-o'-lantern candy, he gave 4. And finally, on a sad note, those Halloween kisses, he gave a smashed pumpkin. Ugh. But what he can do is cross it off the list.